when you're having crucial conversations, it's really important to realize that there's always going to be a dynamic and that there's a lot that you can do to manage that dynamic. And two really important dynamics that are always going on in every interaction, whether that is a one-to-one, a meeting, a relationship, is something that we call above behavior. Above behavior is you're taking the lead, you're being active, you are determining the mood, the agenda. Below behavior is you are following and you're more reactive. None of these are better than the other, but they are sometimes more appropriate. Sometimes you want to be above, you want to be being explicit, you want to be letting people know what you expect, you want to be creating some kind of atmosphere. Other times you're listening, you're following, you're letting someone else take the lead. Then there is something that we call against behavior. This is from Timothy Leary. He calls that against. I think that sounds negative, and it's not a negative style per se. It's more I-oriented behavior. I have my thoughts, I have my way of doing things, I want to give you feedback. And then you have the together behavior, and together is more we're aligned, we're focused on the same things, so it's more we behavior. Now what is really important to realize is that when you do something that has an effect on someone else, and there's always going to be that dynamic. In general, we say above behavior will elicit below behavior. So if you're talking, then other people are going to listen, and below behavior, for example, someone leaves a silence, usually people will fill in that silence. It only takes on average 3 or 4 seconds before an average person starts becoming uncomfortable with the silence and fill it in. Then together behavior will provoke together behavior. Someone's friendly and nice and smiling. A normal human reaction is to smile back. And against behavior, if you suggest an idea in a meeting and someone will give you that confused look, or you see them twitching their eyebrows, it's going to make you uncomfortable, and it's going to make you also retreat in yourself. Like, oh, he doesn't seem to like my idea. Well, I think my idea is. So, and that is really important to know. Where do you want to start when you're having a crucial conversation? You want to start here. You want to start with setting the scene, letting the other people know why you want to have this conversation, why it's important to you, and what the intention is. Then you want to, this is only about, I would say, 1 to 3 minutes, because if you stay here too long, you're just going to push the other person in the below behavior. And then you want to move down, and you want to start asking questions and listen, because you want the other person to demonstrate above behavior so that you can hear what's going on inside of them. Then let's say like 75% of the conversation, you want to stay here, because this is a positive vibe, a positive mood, you're aligned, you're looking together at we. But you also need to be here. So you need to learn to get comfortable with telling people how it is. So this is above, against, or above, I. Like, this is what I believe. This is my opinion. This is how I see it. Sometimes you even want to be here. Against, below is you want to set your boundaries. You want to say, we're not going into that. That's not part of this conversation. So you want to start to feel comfortable in all 4 styles. And when something is not working in a conversation, it might be that you see the other person, they're not responding anymore, they look upset. Maybe then you need to stop talking and go down here and say, okay, I'm interested in listening to you now. Or maybe the other person is focused on all the negative and what's not working, and it can trigger that response in you too. And you then want to move to say, okay, let's see to what is working. Let's focus on the positive. So in your crucial conversations, get comfortable with everything and know that your style has an impact on the other person, and that there's a lot that you can do to move around.